It's day 6 of Russia's military operation in Ukraine. The first round of talks between the two sides has concluded in Belarus with no immediate result. But a new round of negotiations is expected in the coming days. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy says prisoners with combat experience will be released to help defend the nation against Russia. UN Human Rights Chief Michelle Bachelet says over 100 civilians, including 7 children, have been killed in conflict in Ukraine, and 304 others have been injured. The UN Refugee Agency reports nearly 500,000 people have fled the country.
And despite recent talks between Russia and Ukraine, fighting has escalated throughout the east of Ukraine. AP reports Russian forces shelled at Ukraine's second-largest city of Kharkiv, rocking a residential neighborhood. Along with this, there have been efforts to close in on the capital, Kyiv, with reports of a 40-mile convoy consisting of hundreds of tanks and heavily armored vehicles. In a late-night address, Ukrainian President Zelenskyy said there were eyewitness accounts of civilians being deliberately targeted during a sustained attack on Kharkiv. Russia has previously denied targeting residential areas. On Facebook, the Ukrainian army made a post claiming Russia were massing troops, armored vehicles and artillery weapons over the past 24 hours, primarily to encircle and take control of Kyiv and other major Ukrainian cities. Officials from the self-proclaimed Donetsk Republic claimed Ukrainian security personnel and nationalists were firing at both the homes and citizens of southern Mariupol, acting under the guise of Russian armored forces. The Russian envoy to the UN reiterated demilitarization of the country stuffed with NATO weaponry is aimed at protecting the long-suffering people of Donbas in Ukraine. You can't expect to see a smile on Zelenskyy's face nowadays, but a smirk did arise after he signed a formal bid for Ukraine's immediate accession to the EU on Monday. However, an EU foreign affairs rep said that Kyiv's bid is currently not on the agenda. The UN's refugee agency estimates over 500,000 people have fled to neighboring countries in just over 4 days. Senior EU and French officials say at least 300,000 of them enter the EU with plans to let those fleeing to remain there for the next 3 years. And the EU estimates that 4 million people could eventually flee Ukraine, which officials say would be the largest humanitarian crisis the European continent has seen in many years. And